thinking like, can we swap these lanes? Like, if I'm them, I'm almost like wondering where do we send this Void? Against Veno sounds rough, against SF also not ideal. BZM hero Magnus, so
Misha getting a last hit there, a bit of experience before Yuragi arrives at that bottom lane. And level 1 in the Nether Ward. I try and contend with the bit of spam coming out of Armor Engine Q, but there's a stun into one raise. Looking for the short range one, but couldn't get in range. Yuragi with no time walk though, just gonna get chased down and right-clicked for first blood for LGD.
And they leave it for the SF. That's so nice for them. He'd use time walk just to undo some of the raise be suffering.
Jin Q fake pumps the stun, a deny on the Nether Ward in fact at the end there from OG. Yeah, difficult lane bottom and top lane they're being dived as well. Amar, he's about to drop here. No deny from Tiger. Just a tombstone and a gale from Y and Faith Beyond. And a big juicy wave arriving on this tier 1 means Razor here needs to be quickly back into lane.
66. We'll see how BZM fares here. But it should just be a pretty farm game until these supports start thinking about rotating.
Oh, OG with a good bit of damage onto our mate.
Yeah.
Needs some tangos from Jin Q. I'm curious to see how that all played out. It looks like it started with a Jin Q go with his stun and an attempt on Yuragi. Gotta be wary of that Nether Ward. It's one of those unexpected tools sometimes. Oh God!
Boy!
Okay. Well,
okay.
Yeah.
He's thinking he's got time walk, but the quick raises just blow him up. Triple raise and you're done.
On top lane,
yeah.
Taken down, but Amar dead again. 4-0 start. One kill goes
Tiger's
the way of
feasting,
OG.
though.
Tiger, the big punches. 142 bonus damage. Loses the buff, though, so why?
No.
Back in the trees.
Oh, he
He'll
turned!
get the kill. Dies to the tower in the end. Where's Y wandering now? He's got interesting obs ward placed there. That just gives a little glimpse of vision.
The kill bottom. Yep.
Oh, the raise
Triple
lands.
raise. Yep. Hit the double close range, and then he backed off for the long range, and Yuragi trying to punish. Needs a lucky bash, though, and he's just not getting it. The level 1 bash, only 12%, and he's no spirit breaker.
No, he's definitely not. Well, Amar dead once more. Faith Beyond and Y, they return back to that lane.
You know, your Blink Skewer initiations is going to make a lot more sense. For now, he's just leveling up in power, though, so... but I think, like, Blink, even BKB type build is going to be what makes the most sense this game.
Okay. Yeah, well, a DD root gathered up by Y. Throws the tombstone and the rolling thunder into BZM. Tries to skewer away, but nothing to say. He's got his number and tracks back onto the Magnus.
That's a kill in a mid laner there.
Oh,
and he gets the +1.
Until OG get levels and items.
The response is to hit some creeps. That's empower up your Void, stack some camps, jungle it up, and avoid fighting LGD. You've got, you know, a Veno who's going to have full control of this top lane. He went for 2-2 before deciding to level up Plague Wards. I like it. And also got a value point in Poison Nova. That's how he got that kill. I feel like so many Venos skip Poison Nova, but great to see him go for that. But here's the move from OG. Oh my God, that Pango.
But Pango with a big swash and a rolling thunder while Arme skewered across into the RP from BZM. Jin Q already dead after dropping low under the tower, and OG enough damage to bring down the Nyx and the Shadow Fiend while not losing anyone yet. Misha heals up, back off his wand, and Y getting chased down with a shockwave and a play forward from Yuragi. They get the kills they need. 10-5 now, and OG a bit of a response, looking for nothing to say. He's got no swatch, no rolling thunder. Shield crash gives him a ton of block on that damage incoming, and Jin Q with the 3-man stun. Holds back OG, but they are not giving up on this. Chasing back into the tree line. Finally, Misha will die, to nothing to say, but a skewer onto Jin Q, opening up a potential kill on the Nyx. BZM wants it desperately, but now Faith Beyond's joined the fray. Battling away onto the Magnus, looking for the pick-off, and he'll find it with his dominating streak going. And Jin Q, he lines a stun up onto the Faceless Void. No stuns coming from LGD though, so a time walk back allows the Void to slip away from...
Scale into the late game, not going for any kind of early BKB. Wanting to play that true late game hard carry. I mean, you've got Pengo Venu, you've got so much ability to pressure these early towers and parts of the map. There's mid lane though, find Misha.
Good catch. Take down the Pugna. Can't really use this as a platform to go do anything else, just to kill for kill's sake. But
Lucian dying. Any bash? Oh, first, any Chronos. Oh, he didn't. He didn't believe in the bash. Yeah, why tips him? It was literally like 0.1 second on the TP, so he didn't believe in the bash, so he just insta-casted Chrono with the right click.
LGD gonna get some recourse though. Take down Tiger in the bottom lane. I was thinking it's a bit of an awkward spot. BZM and Misha.
Yeah, and playing against Empower Magnus. He's a hero that wants to farm these stacks. They do see Xingqiu here. He's on a sentry ward, so they're trying to bait this a bit.
But gets off his carapace though. Skewer back, already spending the RP and the shockwave, and BZM close to death while nothing to say, thinking about the play forward, has another swashbuckle to finish off Misha's Pugna. LGD bring the numbers, 4 members of the Chinese squad in the mid lane and looking to...
Carapace.
Yeah, Xingqiu's out of there.
It's hard for OG. They're trying to find pickoffs, even with these smokes. They don't really want a full 5-on-5 fight. Go back to the Wraith Pack. It just feels so nice because OG's draft is so like 5v5 team fight heavy. It's going to mitigate so much damage, and when you've got this gold lead to go with it, just makes it so dangerous for OG, and they're getting picked apart now.
That occurs when, a team isn't really able to go and push or anything, but this is literally just Shadow Fiend making sure he has a second life if he does get caught out or a sneaky smoke comes out of OG. He's just planted himself in his Ancients, farming away up to 9,000 net worth, but the jump in from BZM top, catching out the Veno into the life drain. Nothing to say, it's taken down Amar already though, as Faith Bian falling near that tier 1 top. LGD, you're gonna move in quickly though. Time to dive. BZM swashbuckled down. The life drain won't heal him up anywhere near enough, and nothing to say with why. They've got the gap close onto Misha. Pugna's stranded, and Xingqiu secures it with a stun.
Tiger's still in the neighborhood playing around a vision and ward. He gets stunned up, still has a TP out. And they know there's a ward up here. Yeah, they're going to get the D ward, and they're going to find Tiger. Impale up in a second, so they'll finish off at 4th hero. Not a good fight for OG. It was a fight they chose to take because they knew they were creating a lot of space for the Void down bottom, who did get the tier 1 tower and is getting a lot of farm, but very methodical from LGD. It's one of these classic games where you get first Aegis as early as possible, and you use it to take these outer 2-2 towers, get outposts, and they're going to maybe get Amar here as well. Carapace going to find him and gets a 2-man impale.
That's just beautiful, isn't it? Yep. Really gorgeous from Xingqiu, and the exact move that you were talking about. They're pushing mid, they're farming enemy Ancients, pushing bottom. Every lane there's a hero.
They may look to take this team fight. They're grouping up here.
They're kind of ready for this, though. LGD in the vicinity as Xingqiu, he's not going to get caught out by anything here until the bash is from Yuragi, but they've got the mech from the Undying. The Chrono lands in onto the Undying and Shadow Fiend. Xingqiu finally dies, but Yuragi and BZM, they're dropping so quickly. Tiger and Misha trapped in the tree line, nothing to say, slices through one, and Tiger with a TP home, successfully escaping in the top jungle area. And these notice me pings, why bringing attention to areas of the map that he wants his team to be playing into. It looks like
a big kill if they can get it.
He gets off his BKB. Chrono comes along with a static link, and Amar's walked into the Chronosphere here, so maybe with the heals we are dying to buy time for Arme to escape. Gets him a bit of distance. Requiem, is it in time? No, not quite. In comes nothing to say, but he's bouncing off the cliffs. They'll finish off the Razor, and Yuragi, time walking back, tries to TP, but the zombies and Xingqiu's jump will secure them. 2 kills in the trade for Arme's SF.
Yeah. They make sure they still get the good trade, but losing the Shadow Fiend, not quite according to plan, but they are still biding their time, waiting for this next roast respawn, and they're not done hunting quite yet. Tiger will TP out from the trees unless the bash hits him, but nothing to say.
BZM has used his blink, it's on cooldown for 10 seconds, but Yuragi is, he's under a Radiant Ward. They perfectly see the Faceless Void, the stun, the chain disables, they've caught out the Void, but is there enough damage to finish him before Time Walk? Nothing to say! 3 connections with his Rolling Thunder, perfectly done off the back of Xingqiu's initiation.
If you're LGD, you're just eyeing off that top lane of Rax. They don't have Penko. Penko's gone for the bottom rune. If OG take a fight right now... Oh, the window's closing though, and they're being jumped on.
Yeah, scouted and caught out by Xingqiu's Nyx. He goes in for a stun and then quickly runs. Trying to keep vision here over Tiger with another Yules, but the catch from BZM sending Jin back towards tier 3, but you've got the poison over the plague walls and all the damage from the Venom. While Arme's outside of the chrono. Yuragi tried just to control up, nothing to say, while Amar diving in onto the SF, draining all of his damage. Yuragi back in, but Arme's got this Mask Commanders going, the BKB's up, getting bashed in the meantime, needs a bit of help from his team, but Yuragi focusing SF, they've lost too much, they can't finish him off. Arme survives, and their cores have all died. GG is called, and game 1, it's over.
Yeah, the carries on the front lines just didn't have the supports. They're going to go for some last RPs here, but Pengo got the entire backline. His Blink rolling Thunder in with the roll-up, he was just chain stunning these supports, taking ET out of the fight, taking